Sargon of Akkad.
A lot of people didn't want you to be here today.
These are people you would probably call friends, aren't they? These are people who are putting a huge amount of pressure on you personally to censor someone. Why are you siding with censors?
So does everybody get to come up here or just... It's not about ideology, it's not about ideas. I could argue your ideas all day.
That's the point. It's all an ideological mission, and I object to it.
Yeah. Deplorables.
Should we let the preacher carry on? Sorry, tell us what we should and shouldn't do. I'm here to discuss principle with you. I don't care about your moral outrage.
I don't care about you wanting to discuss principle. So I could argue your ideas all day. You said, fuck you feminists, this is fucking insane. This is actually the nail in the coffin to prove that feminism is a mental disease, and
anyone agree? Oh, so, dear Thomas.
If you want to know why this snowflake was so triggered in that video, it was all because of a petition to make men's rights activists a terrorist group. This petition had 4,000, Change.org has a petition to classify feminism as a terrorist group, 13,000 signatures.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, that's fine.
No, that's a joke. So now you're censorious, you're not interested in discussing principle, and you have no sense of humor. Carry on, Thomas. Good observation, gentlemen. You are in favor of racial and gender discrimination.
We'll get to that. Why do you think you should be platformed, like proactively?
Because they asked.
Why? Okay.
That's why.
You're pro freedom of speech, exchange of ideas, then?
I know, I'm such a Nazi.
Yeah. Why on earth would you have the power to suspend what people are learning at university?
That's what a petition is, Thomas.
How is that different from people asking Mythicist Milwaukee to not platform you? They have a concern about what's happening.
The difference is I didn't make one of their wives cry, Thomas. Oh, what? You don't care about a woman now? You don't care about a woman being harassed by a bunch of SJWs because it's your team. This is why you're horrible. This is why everyone hates you. And this is why I'm here. You made me necessary.
What is the definition of feminism?
Well, it depends what kind of feminism you're talking about, doesn't it?
Okay, what's the definition of what is feminism? And then what is this conference is an embarrassment, by the way. This is an embarrassment. You should be fucking embarrassed.
Feminism used to be a women's rights advocacy movement. Used to be.
Okay.
Now, it's an oppressive neo-Marxist system of structures that seek to have control over all society.
Can you define intersectionality? What is it?
I literally just did. Intersectionality has completely overtaken feminism. What do you think of that, Thomas?
I didn't hear a definition of it. Can you define, what do you mean when you're... That is not at all the definition. You're just making that up.
Yes, that is my definition of what these things are.
You can define something as Marxism and fascism, and then what, we're supposed to cheer you on because you defined it?
You can't define something as Marxism and fascism. Right? They're mutually exclusive, but it is a Marxist movement. There is no reason why I should be dismissed because I'm a white man. But do you think everyone in this room doesn't know what I'm talking about?
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. So how about you define... So
make the counter-argument.
Okay, so the irony of that is intersectionality is literally the thing that makes it more individualistic. So you should be rooting for it.
That is absolutely absurd.
No, it's not.
I can't believe you just said it.
So instead of just being men versus women...
It is entirely collectivist.
Do you want to let me tell you why that argument is true?
No, it's...
Okay, how about I make the argument?
Go ahead.
You
can, but you just said I could be a Marxist fascist, so I don't think you understand this very well.
Intersectionality makes us more individual. Because instead of looking at...
Do you think there's discrimination against men in our society?
Not really.
Unbelievable.
What's your argument for the Civil Rights Act? What? I'm not a Marxist. I don't know what
Yes, you are, and you don't know it. You don't understand your own views. It's scary.
You don't know my views.
You've just expressed them.
If there's two equally qualified candidates and you need a tiebreaker...
Racial discrimination. That's what you're advocating for.
You're that much of a snowflake that you think if you use socioeconomic... What about socioeconomic?
Whoa, hang on. I thought, are you honestly going to ask me if I'm triggered? Is there something laughable about being triggered now, is there, Thomas? Go on, undermine your own movement.
When you're triggered for white victims, it is funny.
It's because they're white.
Yeah.
Racial discrimination is bad no matter who it's happening to.
Yeah.
It's not a defensible position.
Sure, the status quo discriminates.
You are literally in favor of that.
Freedom allows white men to control everything.
Oh my God, you're a white supremacist. You are actually a white supremacist with a guilty conscience, Thomas.
We have the science. You can't enforce a law. It's done unconsciously,
enforce a
and
law.
you can't enforce a
You
law like
can't
that.
enforce a law. Oh,
You
I didn't
stopped
hear you.
me
Sorry,
when I
go.
went back.
Okay, sorry, go.
But you can't stop unconscious bias. You can't stop the idea. What happens in these resume tests?
I can't suggest a law to police people's thoughts, and I would never even dream of doing so.
Exactly, I agree. Because we know that diversity is a benefit to corporations. They make more money if they're more diverse. We know.
It's known, Khaleesi, yeah.
What?
It's known, but sorry, go on.
How much longer is this going to go? Let's talk about this. Do you support Black Lives Matter? Talk about Black Lives Matter.
No, it's a racial interest group.
Cool. You saw someone on the internet. Great. Carl,
Why is a white
if I
person
had
calling
that
a black
person on
person a
stage,
coon?
if I had that person on stage, I would say that is a shitty thing to do.
Oh, that's great, but that's what your movement produces, so own it.
That's ridiculous. The idea that, whatever. I'm a data guy.
Yes,
see, you're a feelings person. You feel like there's no discrimination.
Are you insane?
But
you have no principles. That's my problem.
Do you want me to talk about the need for Black Lives Matter?
No, you do not operate from a point of principle.
I agree with equality of opportunity.
No, you don't. You
yes,
agree
I absolutely do.
You agree with
I
no,
absolutely
you
agree
don't.
with equality.
You absolutely
Let's talk
don't.
about opportunity.
The
You
number
use
of
outcome to
society.
measure what the opportunity is. It helps you as a tool to measure.
No, I do think you should speak to black people. We're not going to be able to legislate this problem out of existence. If black people are committing crimes at a disproportionate rate, that is their responsibility.
So that's a feeling. Let's talk about the data.
No,
we know
that's
that
a
black
principle,
men,
you idiots.
We know that black men are pulled over and searched 3 times more than white men.
If a white person is pulled over and a black person is pulled over, the white person has more chance of being shot.
That is correct.
Shut up.
I feel like I don't want to interject, but I do. Fascinating point. And I agree with both of you. I don't know how that's possible, but I do.
I have explained to you, your solutions are terrible.
You don't know my solutions on this. What is my solution to this?
I don't know to that, but it doesn't matter because...
You just admitted you don't know. You said my solution. Oh, good God. I said, what is my solution? You said, I don't know.
Yeah, no, I don't know.
That's awesome.
Right?
That's a great argument.
It goes down to the
What a
principles
giant
that we're
intellect.
using.
Success rate of these searches is more for white people.
That's fascinating. Thank
So
you.
you don't care that police are racist, and they unconsciously...
Oh, the police are just racist now.
You don't care that police unconsciously harbor biases.
Wow. Black cop and a Mexican cop, and then a couple of white cops, and this kid literally yells KKK supporter at the black cop. A white kid. Explain it. Why is this happening? And it's easy to explain, right?
Let me
This
ask
is
you
your
this. Do you
ideology
think
in
that's
action.
worse or better than tweeting at an MP victim of rape that you...
Wow.
No, do you
Wow.
think...
I think literally anything that happens in real life is way worse than any tweet.
She saw it. It's in life.
Oh,
real
no.
life.
And what was her reaction?
She had 600 to 1,000 rape threats.
She never did. She had non-rape threats.
You're saying she had no rape threats?
She
Zero.
Had, she literally go through every tweet. There was people saying, "I won't rape you." They're not threats, and you can't make them threats no matter how many times you say it. She went on Victoria Live, a British TV program, and said, "I didn't care. I was out in the garden playing with my kids. I just don't care." So that you're arguing over a tweet that caused no damage, there's no offense, and the victim of this non-threat doesn't even give a shit. You look like you're about to cry.
You don't think she's trying to...
Why?
What?
Why? Explain why you're so emotionally invested in this.
What?
Explain why you're so emotionally invested in a tweet.
Do you think it would have been a better idea if she was hurt by your disgusting
It would at
tweet
least give
to
you
say, my
justification.
feelings were hurt, it's horrible? You think it would have been better for her to say that?
There is no victim.
I can't wait for 700 what about white men questions.
And take it away.
Karen Gars, the faithless feminist. We need to get women out of churches, and we're not going to do it with 2 white men talking about women and minorities.
Agreed.
I apologize for being a white male. I'll do my best not to be next time.
Or the organizers could invite somebody
Why are
different.
you here? Why didn't
I
you-
agree.
Why didn't you advocate?
I shouldn't be here. I would advocate that the organizers invite someone else.
Yeah, but
I
why
agree.
did you even turn up? You're a white man. You knew you were occupying a space that a
I
black
was
woman could have
invited,
occupied.
but I would have...
I should invite black women by Thomas's own admission.
Yeah.
Great, well done. You've just deplatformed yourself.
It's weird for me, for a group that likely, I would think, believes in materialism, and so as such, we recognize that free will is kind of Like, I don't know how much, like, I think that what goes into your circumstances is your genetics and your environment.
Don't lump us all together, Tom.
Tom, I think there's something called agency.
I haven't been banned from anything because I don't harass people.
Yeah,
so I don't
well, that was not the reason I was banned, unfortunately, Thomas. It was actually my thought crimes. It's all political.
Sure.
But,
Sargon, I wouldn't even rape that sweet, sweet boy pussy.
thank you so much. Ooh, that's
So
interesting.
then they become jealous of the people above them, and they become resentful of the
What
people
is
who are
thi- what is
passing
this?
by them.
Socialists just hate the rich, man.
Is this a YouTube video? Just start a channel or something.
Chatelet brother Sargon. You've spoken up against affirmative action.
Yes.
But would you make an exception by rooting for affirmative action for the oppressed Kekistani people?
Hello, I'd just like to thank you, Mr. Akkad, for not only coming to Milwaukee, but also for making my mother laugh. It's pretty difficult to do.
You have to take on a case-by-case basis. You have to look at the way people are approaching you. If they begin by telling you that you're an awful person, this probably isn't legitimate criticism. If they can't.
Depends, are you an awful person? Kind of depends, I
See,
guess.
I knew you'd get prickly about that. The thing is, right, Thomas, leading up to this, you called me alt-right. Yes, you did.
What?
I will show you the screenshots, Thomas. Like, I interviewed Jared Taylor, and I'm sure a lot of people know who this is. He literally said the left is doing everything in their power to make the alt-right grow. They are the ones who are they're setting the dichotomy.
The personal responsibility of the alt-right. Do they not have no personal responsibility to not be racist?
Yeah, absolutely. I disagree with them.
Oh, okay.
But the problem is, you're being racist, and that's making people think, well, it's okay to be racist. I'm a white person, I'll join the white interest group. You're the ones being racist. You're setting the table.
Gentlemen, the combat portion of this conversation is over.
You are literally, though, the new moral censors. You've taken the place of the church. Do you miss the harassment campaign to get me skeptic and shoe deplatformed?
I didn't do that. I'm here.
You're
They're trying to
a
get you
movement.
deplatformed. Deplatform is not censorship.
Yes, it is.
There are a billion people.
Yes, it is. It's
there are a billion
absolutely
people we could
censorship.
invite.
I am actually Catholic. I believe in God and everything, and I have to deal with cognitive dissonance when I talk about, say, religion or stuff. I have to segregate this topic from talking to this people because I have this cognitive dissonance.
I don't have any cognitive dissonance because my beliefs are consistent.
Okay.
What about you, Thomas?
It's very easy to not have cognitive dissonance when you're not challenged, when you have a group of fellow misogynists who think it's okay to do
Why
that.
didn't you challenge me?
Because white people and black people are not equal in this society.
So it's okay to do it to
They're
one but not to the other.
historically
This is why I'm
discriminated
saying you
against.
have no
It
principles.
is not the same.
Gentlemen, we're going down the
experience
same
for a
rabbit
white person
hole
and a black person
Now you're a
in
racial
society.
of
subjectivist.
racism.
Right.
Next question, please.
Well, sorry, my question.
240. See you guys.
Okay.
All right, come on.
Hi, Carl.
I actually don't have anywhere better to be, so...